Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me here today at Re-Written Vintage Homestead. We have about 4 days until Christmas and we're down to the wire, right? But believe it or not, here today it's actually a really nice day. I think temperatures are up in the 40s, the snow's melted, and yeah, I'm still working. We get off on Wednesday. We work until Wednesday, and really I'm done with most of my shopping. I did a lot of it online, but I have wrapping to do, just odds and ends, and I don't mind doing that. But this Christmas has been different than previous years as I hold an egg. Because the temperatures got so cold right after Thanksgiving and we had a ton of snow and it lingered for weeks and weeks, I wasn't able to get up in the loft and get a lot of my Christmas stuff down, so we weren't able to decorate outside. And other than the tree in the house, we really didn't do any decorating in the house either, and usually I go all out for the holidays. But it made me focus on old-timey Christmas traditions, you know, working with paper and making things and enjoying slowing down and resting. So I'll show you a few of those things throughout this video. They're all very elementary that kids can do, and they probably still do, but I forgot the beauty that it really does bring to Christmas when you slow down and you practice simplicity. So I'll show you a few of those things, you guys, and you can just putter along with me as we get ready for Christmas. Over 25 years ago, for my grandma's Christmas, I went around with this simple tablecloth I think I got from the dollar store at the time, and had everyone in the family sign it. And my daughters are on here when they couldn't even write. And then I went back and I embroidered it, and here's my dad's. So it's 1986. And so many of these people are gone now, but I just love this tablecloth for the holidays. And it means a lot. And at the thrift store this year, I found this old copy of LittleWomen, so I'm putting it on my table along with family photos, and just simple and cozy. Joe was the first to wake in the gray dawn of Christmas morning. No stockings hung at the fireplace, and for a moment she felt disappointed. Then she remembered her mother's promise, and slipping her hand under her pillow, drew out a little crimson-covered book. It was that beautiful old story of the best life ever lived. Joe felt it was a true guidebook for any pilgrim going on a long journey. She woke Meg with a Merry Christmas and bade her see what was under her pillow. A green-covered book appeared with the same picture inside. Presently, Beth and Amy woke to rummage and find their little books, also one dove-colored and the other blue. "Girls," said Meg seriously, "Mother wants us to read and love and mind these books, and we must begin at once. I shall keep my book on the table here and read a little every morning as soon as I wake, for I know it will do me good and help me through the day." Then she put her arm around Joe, and leaning cheek to cheek, Joe read also with the quiet expression so seldom seen on her restless face. "Where is Mother?" asked Meg, as she and Joe ran down to thank her for their gifts half an hour later. "Goodness only knows, some poor creature come a-begging, and your ma went straight off to see what was needed. There was never such a woman for giving, away victuals and drink and clothes and fire in," repeated Hannah, who had lived with the family since Meg was born, and was considered by all of them more as a friend than a servant. "She will be back soon, I guess, so do your cakes and have everything ready," said Meg, looking over the presents, which were collected in a basket and kept under the sofa. "Why, where is Amy's bottle of cologne? She took it out a minute ago and went off with it to put a ribbon on it, or some notion," replied Joe. "How nice my handkerchiefs look, don't they? I marked them all by myself," said Beth. "There's Mother. Hide the basket quick," cried Joe, as a door slammed and steps sounded in the hall. Amy came in hastily and looked rather abashed when she saw her sisters all waiting for her. "Where have you been, and what are you hiding behind you?" said Meg, surprised to see by her hood and cloak that lazy Amy had been out already. "Well, don't laugh at me, Joe. I didn't mean anyone should know till the time came. I only meant to change the little bottle for a big one. I gave all my money to get it, and I'm truly trying not to be selfish anymore." Amy showed the handsome flask which replaced the cheap one, and Meg hugged her, and Joe pronounced her a trump. Beth ran to the window and picked her finest rose to ornament the stately bottle. Another bang of the street door sent the basket under the sofa and the girls to the table, eager for breakfast. "Merry Christmas, Marmee! Lots of them! Thank you for our books. We read some, and we meant to every day," they cried in chorus. "Merry Christmas, little daughters! I'm glad you began it once, and hope you'll keep on. Not far away, here lies a poor woman with a little newborn baby. 6 children are huddled into one bed to keep from freezing, for they have no fire. There is nothing to eat over there. My girls, will you give them your breakfast as a Christmas present?" They were all unusually hungry, having waited nearly an hour, and for a minute no one spoke. Only a minute, for Joe exclaimed impetuously, "I'm so glad you came before we began to eat." "May I go and help carry the things to the poor little children?" asked Beth eagerly. "I thought you'd do it," said Mrs. March, smiling as if satisfied. "You shall all go and help me, and when we come back we will have bread and milk for breakfast and make it up at dinner time." They were soon ready, and the procession set out. A poor, bare, miserable room it was, with broken windows, no fire, ragged bedclothes, a sick mother, wailing baby, and a group of pale, hungry children. "Achtung Gott! It is good angels come to us," cried the poor woman. In a few minutes, it really did seem as if kind spirits had been at work there. Hannah, who had carried wood, made a fire, and Mrs. March gave the mother tea and gruel and dressed the baby. The girls set the table around the fire and fed them like little hungry birds. "Da Uncle Kinder!" cried the poor little things as they ate and warmed their purple hands at the blaze. That was a very happy breakfast, though the March girls didn't get any of it. "That's loving our neighbor better than ourselves," said Meg later, and they ate their own Christmas breakfast of bread and milk. Then they set out their presents while their mother was upstairs collecting clothes for the poor Hummels. The tall vase of red roses, white chrysanthemums, and trailing vines, which stood in the middle, gave quite an elegant air to the table.